Hi, I'm Tim. Join me in this video as we take a look at the Xiang UH-1 Huey ready to fly helicopter. We'll do a quick unboxing, talk about the model, take it for some test flights. Let's get to it. So this is a Xiang Huey I mentioned in the intro. This is what it looks like it comes out of the box. You don't do anything. It literally comes out of the box, charge the flight battery, put in 4 AA batteries into the transmitter that's included, and you go fly. It is a sizable helicopter. It weighs about 10.8 ounces. The finish on everything is very good. You can see this quite large brushless engine. That's the main rotor. In addition, you have a brushless engine motor in the tail, and just everything is just solid. The paint, the decals, everything is just proper. It's just in a very impressive little model. So let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing, talk about the instruction manual, and take it for a test flight. As a reminder, if you'd like to buy one, there is a purchase link in the description. Also, there are chapters of the timeline if you'd like to jump ahead to another section of the video. So the Huey was the first turbine-powered helicopter purchased by the U.S. military, originally for the Army. Other services wound up using it, the Air Force as well as the Marines, and there were numerous international users. It was a very useful helicopter for range of missions, medical evacuation, some light air assault, transportation. It could do just about anything you wanted it to do. Over 16,000 of the helicopters were built. About 7,700 served in Vietnam, and about 3,600 were lost over in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. As a matter of fact, you can even see a Huey in the War Museum in Hanoi over in Vietnam today. With these ready-to-fly models, especially the helicopters, because the engineering is so precise, everything's built in. I do like to take a look at the box, just to get a feel for the product. The Xiang UH-160D helicopter, ready to fly, 6-axis gyro stabilized. It's a nice box. They mentioned gyro stabilization, dual brushless motors for the main rotor and the tail, altitude hold feature, an optical flow sensor that works below 8 meters, about 25 feet to sense the ground. And then inverted flight if you want to do that. I do not do the inverted flight. Age 14 and above, I think younger kids can do it, but it's a pretty big machine. It's about 10.8 ounces. Maybe some adult supervision for the first few flights, just because if it flies into another young person, it might cause an injury. But other than that, it's just an extremely nice kit, and let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing. This is the shortest unboxing I've ever done. Everything comes assembled. The transmitter's here, the helicopter's here, some spare parts here. There's nothing you need to do except charge the batteries and go fly. This is the plug-in charger for the battery, and that just, you plug it to a USB port, and then you've got a few spare parts, some blades, and screwdrivers and Allen wrench. That's everything in here. And like I said, batteries in here, charge the battery of the helicopter, you can go fly. This is the instruction manual. Take a look at a few pages here after I talk about this. It's a quite good instruction manual. It does a good job describing how to set it up, binding if you need to do that, calibration, some what-if situations, but it is better than the other ones I've seen, just good descriptions of pictures and what to do. So let's take a closer look at a few of the pages to get a feel for the instruction manual. Let's take a look at the instruction manual, the cover. Very nice color photo on the front. You don't see that too often. A good description of the battery, the charging, the lights. Again, better than most manuals. A detailed discussion of the transmitter. There's a lot of mode switches on there to include switching mode 1 and mode 2. So here you can have the throttle on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. It's literally a software fix on the transmitter. I have not seen that before. And good instruction of what the controls do to fly a basic helicopter, well illustrated. I like the USB charging for the battery. I just plug it in the back of my computer, any USB port that has power. More lights, more charge. The green circle is the on-off switch, and there you can see the little die-cat in the self-contained battery unit that fits in the helicopter. Very well designed. Did want to point out the battery unit located here. The on-off switch, the lights indicate how much power. You can kind of see the battery through the grill there. So this is custom made for this helicopter. Obviously the center of gravity, all that good stuff. And what happens is you simply slip it into that lid, press it down into place, and it's all set to go from there. So again, just a very nice helicopter. Everything is all set. There's really nothing to do to pre-flight it. The battery is charged. Let's go ahead and take it out for some test flights. So we'll go ahead and give some test flights on it with the transmitter and the helicopter. So let's go through the two things we'll talk about. The directions are quite good on this. We have to hold this for about 3 seconds to turn on the transmitter. Everything should be set in terms of these are center loaded, these things, between the optical sensor and manual flight. The same thing for what they call screw pit. And this is the locked, unlock switch. Make sure that that is unlocked. So we turn this on, then we turn on the helicopter, and when the lights are steady on the helicopter, it's bonded, the transmitter's talking to the helicopter. We may have to go up and down with this. To bind it, steady light, we're good to go. Then to start the motor, we go to the outside of the two sticks, and then you just fly from there. So let's do that right now. So we hold this for a little bit, and this is, again, on. Then we turn on the helicopter, and you can see the battery level indicators here. This is the on-off switch. Okay, that's on. We've got our two lights there. Notice the white. And now we have a steady light, so we're all set to fly. And again, we just point this away with that steady light, and then we go to the outside, and now it's running, and to turn it off, we just hold this down. So here we are on the very first flight. Again, it's a little bit heavier helicopter than the lighter ones I'm flying. I just had to add a little bit more power. It's a little bit louder than the lighter ones, as you would expect, but an extremely positive feel. The 6 gyros are just working all the time to keep it steady. I do like the spring-loaded throttle on the left. It's more comfortable. You can pretty much maintain your altitude with that. And of course the optical sensor looking at the ground for when you're going to have to do your landings. Just a very positive feel circling around here, and to land, you'll see here shortly, you simply bring the throttle all the way down, it thinks for a second, it lands itself, and after 3 seconds it turns off the motor. Here's another flight, and again we add the power, we take off. Again, just a very positive feel. The rotation on the left stick, and then lateral left, right, forward, after the right stick. And I do recommend the initial flights on a low wind day just to kind of feel it out. But once you get a feel for it, just a very pleasant flying RC model helicopter. Well, we're back from flying this. I think you can see that the auto flew exceptionally well. There were just no surprises. It started right up. The transmitter was communicating, bonded to the helicopter. Everything worked out fine. I do like the little lights to get status of how the helicopter's flying. And it was just a very positive feel. It's a heavier helicopter, as I mentioned, so a bit more power than the lighter ones. But it flew fine. It was very responsive. I could see the gyros working the whole time to stabilize it. It was a little bit of wind, even a little bit of rain if you look carefully in the video, but the helicopter flew absolutely fine. So I've really got nothing but good things to say about this helicopter. It's just a wonderful little machine. It looks great. It flies great. I think it'd be a very nice addition to your helicopter fleet.